everybody. Check out my brand new little dragon. Her name is Spectre, and she's a little sea dragon. Kind of just a baby right now. She's got little baby fluff, kind of like how penguins got the baby fluff. And see, you can still kind of see it. She's got some fluff all over her. And she's also a puppet. Which, if that wasn't obvious, because like her eyes aren't that realistic. Yeah, I kind of got a little sidetracked from comics over the past, from the 3rd to the 15th, it's 15 days. And I decided I've made costumes before. I've always wanted to make a costume. I also saw, the dragon puppets, and, I got into, Flight Rising afterward, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have a tripod book. I got into Flight Rising at almost the same time, and I was like, just suddenly on April 3rd, I'm gonna make a dragon. So, I made a dragon. She's still kind of new. She's got, the same teeth as Phantom, where, it's a mono magic with gloss on it, but this is white mono magic this time, so I didn't have to do any, stuff with it. The fabric on her is all blankets. That's mono magic horns, which I should probably fix, because some of it is cracking apart a bit. I gotta figure out how to do that, but that's later. All the fabric's blankets. And I had to get a dress form for this. But now I know that I can use it for other stuff. That's kind of cool. And it's like a fake foam arm there, which is popping out. There's a bit of exposed stuff back here, but unless I point it out, you can't really tell. I'll have to fix that later. Right now, I kind of wanted to show her off. I'm thinking of going off and showing her off to, I guess, either a fair or just going to a town or something, a green or something, and just seeing how that works out. In the meantime, here's how I made her. Okay. So, right, dragon making. Now we're doing the voiceover part of this thing. Cool. So, the first stage, I'm gonna go with stages, by the way. The first stage of this thing was making the profile of this lad and cutting it apart various ways, getting some strong cardboard underneath, and getting a basic profile going on, adding some scraps of foam in the center there to make it, give us some definition, but not really like a defined shape just yet. Adding the mono magic teeth that I had previously made for stashing, I guess, and just glued the heck out of them onto the foam and also the felt that I put in between them out. And at this stage, it didn't really look like anything. Then, stage 2! It was when I actually took the scrap bits of foam I made and gave it a nice little head. Made it look a little more like it's supposed to. Then it was just a matter of stage 3 of just taking the bits of foam, an old shirt, and taking that shirt apart so that it would work as the inside of the sleeve. I honestly kind of liked how this looked before I started adding fur to it. The little head there, I kind of wish I kept that. I guess if I ever work on another one, it'll be more defined. You can tell later, I added more stuff on top of it and just made it more furry. And it still looked pretty good at this point. It was at this point that I realized, man, I should probably design this thing. So I kind of spent a few days really getting behind the designing and all that, and adding more details, and this is all while waiting for the dress form to come in. And then finally, I had the dress form, and I had found an old sweater that was thin enough to not make me want to sweat to death inside it. So I could finally get this dragon onto my shoulders, in air quotes, and figure out how to form it into the shape it is now, with a bunch of foam, a bunch of fabric, and the legs are fabric, the arms are fabric, and foam and wire, and that's pretty much how she ended up as she is now. So yeah, that's how I ended up making her. It was kind of like a frenzy of 15 days of just of just making a dragon. And because I tend to do that, I tend to go on side tangents, and instead of, like, comics weren't working, and this just latched on at the perfect time, and I just kind of went for it. That's right, yes, I did. She's still kind of fuzzy. And that's all I got. Her horns even have sparkles, and you can kind of see them falling apart. So, I'm gonna go, show her off, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Okay. This is the process. Arm here, arms here, arms here. I should put this thing on. Ow, flip right out. Okay. I'm gonna get in there and just sew up the neck internally. Get this fake arm. I gotta fix that. Fix that fake arm. God, it's like, this was a mistake. This was looser when I was working with it previously. Now it's like in there. This camera's not high enough. Hold on. Man, I broke the tripod in the process. That's unfortunate.